before someone even pulls your credit. Now, mind you, I told you, you can get, in many cases, and you can verify this, I want to be accurate in what I'm saying. I know it's 5, last I heard, but even up to 7 mortgage pulls of your credit before it adversely affects your scores. Per month, 1 month. As you're shopping for a mortgage. But before you even get into anyone pull your credit, there's some things you need to do first. No lender should be touching or pulling your credit report until you have first interviewed or vetted that lender. When I say vet the lender or interview the lender, what I mean is, and I'm going to give you the game. What I mean is first, when you're dealing with a lender, you're typically going to be dealing with a representative of that company. You're not going to be dealing with the bank CEO, the lender president. You're typically going to be dealing with what's called a loan originator or loan officer. One, you wanted to find out is the person you're dealing with, you want to find out how credible, reputable, how knowledgeable are they? How we do that is ask them, how long have you been with the company? See, I spin it on there. It's all positioning and posture. Mind you, they get paid off of your business. Before you start interviewing me and my credit, I need to know you, fam. Who deemed and dubbed you worthy to see my credit? Let's talk about your resume for a minute. How long have you been with the company? I'm going to short right. How long have you been licensed? How long have you even been doing this? It doesn't mean because they say, oh, only been licensed for 3 months or only been here for a month that you don't go with them. What I'm teaching you all, again, from my experiences, I'm just giving back the gain of my family, is just how to make informed decisions. We make so many decisions on the whim and uninformed. Is why we keep getting beat. Now, if you want to go with somebody new, you might say, you know what, I like their energy, I like his spirit, like, yo, I'm going to rock with him. Like, because we all been new before. Right. Before you were experienced, you were inexperienced. Right. Nobody came in this game a vet. I was a new loan officer. I had to earn people's business. But at least do it from a perspective of an informed decision. My highest listing as a realtor was $10 million. I was working this client for months, interviewing, driving up to this big French chateau mansion for months, meeting with him and his wife in their old English, big old dining room and all their dogs and all this architecture and all this cool stuff and around all this wealth, right? And he was vetting the hell out of me. He was making me earn this listing, right? Now, mind you, all these, I'm new. I'm one of the only black faces in Alpine, New Jersey, which at the time was America's richest zip code, the richest town in all of America. And here I am competing for their business. I don't have any allies there. I don't have any college education, no real prestige to speak about. But here I am competing for his business. And at our decision day, he sits me down at his table. He's grilling me. He's one of my good friends, Dave Brown. One of my good friends now. And he says, well, what's the highest listing that you ever sold? I said $500,000. It was a house that I owned and I built myself. He said, you got the job. He said, the balls of you, man. The balls of you to walk in here in my $10 million house and tell me the highest house you sold was $500,000 and you didn't flinch. He was like, that shows me integrity. I didn't say, well, you know. Right. No, but this is what it is. You rock with me or no? And not only did I list his house and one of my good clients, he became a good friend of mine. My daughter would come up and spend time with his daughters, and we would go to his backyard and his pool and cookouts and all that stuff. He would see ways he can help empower the community, respected what I did in the community and all that. And he wasn't of my nationality. Right. My point is that even as a newbie, you could give somebody a shot, but he was being informed. I'm telling you what I learned from the wealthiest people I've been around. They just take in information, what I call take in data. I operate business as a computer. I take in all the data, all the information, and then I make an informed decision. I'm not doing stuff off a whim or unknowledgeable, right? So again, you're vetting your mortgage person. You're just finding out some data. How many loans have you closed in the last 90 days? Matter of fact, how many loans like mine have you closed in the last 90 days? Because your loan might be a homeowner loan. Your loan might be an investor loan. Your loan might be a 2 or 3K loan. Your loan might be a VA loan. So just because you closed 20 loans in the last 90 days, how many of them were VA loans for veterans? Oh, none? We might have some challenges here. How many loans like mine have you closed? That's just the originator. And any other questions you could think of that make you feel comfortable. What hours do you work? Do you work on the weekends? Are you mobile? Can I contact you on your cell phone? If my wife and I are stressed and we're trying to close our house, can I hit you up and text you like, hey, Brian, what's up? Or are you a 9 to 5, Brian? So after 6, I can't hit you. So now I got to hear my wife's mouth all night because the loan ain't closed. Because you won't answer the phone. You're not my guy, Brian. But these are the questions you want to ask to make informed decisions. Who are you dealing with? Then you get down to the actual company, and this is why I told you everything I just taught you. Now you want to find out what are your loan programs. So you got the loan company now, the lender. What are your loan programs? What's your guidelines? For my kind of loan, right? So you know what kind of loan you're trying to get. King, you know you're trying to do a subdivision. You know you're trying to build something. I know, I see it in your face. You're trying to build something. So when you go to that lender, you want to find out, I'm looking to do a 10-unit subdivision. What kind of, before you even pull my credit, no, what are your programs for ground-up construction? Oh, well, we don't really offer that. What the hell I'm here for? Right. You ain't need to pull my credit and give me an inquiry of one of my 5. I'm trying to do a VA loan. I'm trying to do a second mortgage. I'm trying to do a refinance. I'm trying to do a HELOC. I'm trying to do a vacation home. If you don't do vacation homes or have great vacation home products, why are we continuing the dialogue? Now, another little niche and key for you is every lender you speak to, I still will write them down and put them in my database. Because you might not be doing a vacation home today or subdivision today, but whatever product they offer, you might need it tomorrow. So now when that opportunity comes up for that new 4-unit flip, King, you're already in position. Because you remember, Brian, you talked 2-3 months ago, you're trying to do the other project. Well, they had a great program, stated income for this kind of product. So you want to find out what are your niche products and programs. Some lenders will just do rooming houses, student housing. There's so many kinds of real estate assets. Some lenders just focus on hotel developments. So you might get a bank that can do hotel developments, but is that your expertise in your niche? Are you competitive is the word? Do you guys offer competitive programs and products for hotel financing? Then you might get a bank that does hotel financing really well, but they don't do hotel refinancing really well. For those who don't know what a refinance is a new loan, a new mortgage on an existing property. And I'll explain that to you in just a second as we get into refinance and HELOCs. So there's many of us who are what we call equity rich, meaning you have equity in your home, you have value in your home, and then you got to make an informed decision about how do I pull that equity out of my home in order to use that equity to hopefully invest into a larger portfolio or expand your portfolio or another entrepreneur endeavor, or it could be something personal you need to do within your family. Put a child through school or pay some other bills. It may make sense to refinance your home at a 4% rate to pay off your credit cards at a 16% rate. So now you've lowered your liability and debt because we said wealth is having an abundance of assets that supersede your liability and debt. So if you racked up a bunch of credit card debt at 16%, that's at interest-only payments, or that's annualized, maybe you refinance the equity of your home to pay those off at a 30-year mortgage at 4%, and now you've extended those payments over 30 years, decreased them by 90% based on an amortization of 30 years and a lower interest rate of 4% versus 16%. That's just being informed and being a great CEO of your last name. That's what this all is about. I'm telling you, I found out why we lost and why we're losing. This is why. They know this and we don't. Right. Simple. They understand. If you're losing economically, it's because you don't have a great economic strategy. It's very simple. If you don't have muscles, because you're not working out. Simple. It's not like rocket science here. If we are, and I say we, and this is for anyone, personally, I'm talking about my community, which I can speak to statistically, and even the brown and black community are in last place and second to last place, historically. And if we are in last place economically, within this poverty gap or this wealth race, it's simply because we are not doing things effectively economically. So that means we have to change some of what we're doing and what we know and how we execute. So this is how you begin to interview a mortgage company. The biggest thing for the company is what products and programs do you have that fit me? And so you can tell them up front what your challenges are. Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I made $300,000 last year, but I had write-offs, so I only showed 20 grand of profit. Do you have a program for self-employed business owners? Hey, I filed a bankruptcy 3 years ago. Do you have a program that for those who filed BK? Hey, I'm a veteran. Do you have a program that, what's your best veteran programs? Now, after you call at least, how many? 3. At least 3 lenders. I had a client this week, I'm so proud of him, King Derek out of New Orleans, called 20 lenders. Oh, wow, it's easy. How hard is that? To sit on your couch, put your feet up, and on the commercials of the game, like this ain't hard work. We got Google. We ain't in the yellow pages or nothing. This is Google. Like, it's not even hard to sit back and be in mortgage companies in LA and take notes. That's not hard work. Want something that can make you tens or hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars? It's not hard work. It's light work. Think about what you do on your 9-to-5 corporate track. This is absolutely light work. So, doing that research and what we call due diligence, another word you guys should know. Doing that due diligence and research is going to be critical for you to be making the best, most informed decisions. Now, once you narrow down to the lenders that make sense based on your criteria, your circumstance, your experience, and their programs, now you can begin to pull credit, see my assets, get documentation to prepare me for what's called a pre-approval. Pre-approval for a home loan, for an investor loan, for a commercial loan, for a construction loan, for a development loan. Now we can get into the pre-approval process. And with that pre-approval, you can then go move forward in executing your financial endeavor. That's how you interview and find the right mortgage company for you for home loans, investor loans, refinances, and HELOCs.